Hello everybody, this is Catherine and Julie from Floss, Paper, Scissor, and this is a BISCORNU tutorial as part of our Finishing Frenzy playlist.
What is a BISCORNU?
It is a tiny chair cushion.
Which we have a tiny chair, and this is the little cushion.
Isn't it cute?
It is cute. Found that chair just perfect. But a BISCORNU is an 8-sided pincushion, I'll call it. It is made of 2 stitched squares that are formed together in this finishing technique. This is the front of this strawberry. And the back is like that. Found that cool button. So I also had this small one from a kit that I created years ago of mine. And this little pincushion held 22, 24, 26 needles and pins. So they can be done on any kind of fabric. These two happen to be on linen. This is 32 count linen. This is a 28 count linen. But you can also do them on 14, 16, 18 counts, Adas as well. The best way is let's just start this. And I'm going to share with you, it's not my knowledge alone. It's just how I have learned to put these together. And I will say there is a frustration level. Excuse me. I've only done 3 or 4 of them, but you got to give yourself some grace because it all comes together at the end. When you get a BISCORNU pattern, it'll illustrate, usually with a solid line, be it colored or black, where to place your back stitching, because the back stitches is what you will use to join the front and back together to create the shape. Always indicated the center point, because the center of the design is where you're going to place the corner of the other square that is also back stitched, and that's how you form the 8-sided piece. So that's kind of an indication. Your pattern will tell you how many strands of floss to use to join them together. I wanted to start right at the very beginning. For those of you who haven't put a BISCORNU together, you have to place a series of back stitches. This pattern says working over 2 fabric threads, or if you did it on a 14 count, you would use the Aida holes that are provided in the 14 count fabric. The one thing I wanted to show you or explain is here. I have these 2 already stitched up. You're going to, this is just a little talk through chatting. You're going to take the point of one and you're going to line it up at the center mark of the other one. So what I found with in the ones that I've done, these 2 corner stitches and these 2 center stitches are a stress area. They'll take a lot of tug and pull with the assembly. I found that if I counted up off my pattern and started in the center by the arrow, that first stitch is going to be the first working stitch. And if it's not anchored real properly, you're going to have some slack and pull in it. Some people like to start at the corner there too, starting and then ending at the corner. Those are real stress areas. And I would just try to avoid if you can, which takes a little bit of counting skills. So back to the pattern here. I'll bring it in focus, Catherine. See where they have the arrow? You're going over 2, over 2, over 2. Count over a couple of spaces and start there if you want to, or make sure that your anchor is very secure. For video purposes, I am using an 18 count Davos and orange pearl cotton, because last night when I created this little monster, that was incredible to do that dark color over 2 fabric threads and then join them. It was really difficult to see. So I thought maybe using a little bit bigger fabric count would be more easy to see. I start with a loop method when I'm using 2 strands of pearl cotton, or 2 strands of floss, excuse me. But I will just do a slip knot. I'm just going to pretend I have a spot started here just to show a basic back stitch over 2. You go back 2 stitches, stab down, and come up 2 stitches. You don't want to pull real tight, because you're going to have to snag these stitches in order to join them together. And if you've pulled them real tight, it's going to be hard for you to do that. So basically, you're going to do that all around your design as indicated. You will find in my assembly of this, I decided to go out a couple more threads for spacing than they had created on the pattern. You want to make sure if you're adding extra spacing that you have it so from the center to the left, like, is 20 stitches, and the center to the right is 20 stitches, because you're going to place that corner. You don't want to have 21 and 20. So make sure when you're doing your little math, when you're adding, that you have accommodated for that in the increase. So it's time consuming, but you're going to go with this back stitch all the way around the edge. Then let's say, oh, I'm running out of thread. What do I do? How do I make a secure anchor? I know all of us on the back side usually just slide under an overcast like so. But really, when you go to put any pressure or tugging on this stitch, you can pull it. So what I like to do is, after I've gone under a few, I'll make a slip knot, and then I slide back through it, actually penetrating the fiber. And then it won't fray. It won't pull out. Please don't pull out. It's tight. You can also leave a longer tail and rethread it the same way if you'd like. But there's a lot, you are going to be putting some tension on that, and I would hate for that to loop up when you're at this process and can't repair it. So you would go all the way around as the pattern indicated on both the front and the back, and then I'll show you how to assemble. I'd like to show how you would mark the center of your piece, since that's where the buttons are, and they will be, the center mark will be covered up by the button. You can either take a pencil and make a tiny little mark because the button will cover it, or you can just line up your piece and fold it in half and in half again. And then I just took some basting thread or some little floss and just made a little stitch. And then you can clip that off, and that marks your center. Some designs are real obvious. This one had a lot of open space, and I wanted to make sure I brought the button up and down in the center. Okay, now we will need to trim off the selvage. Most patterns will have you trim a 1/2 inch beyond the back stitched area, and you can use that with a rotary cutter, or if you want to actually count threads like I did, 18 count was 9 threads, so I counted up, and you would just simply count up your threads and stick your scissor in and clip in the ditch of the weave all the way around.
Did you just say clip in the ditch?
Yeah, clip in.
Never heard that one before.
Oh, I've coined a new phrase.
Is that common sewing?
Well, you
stitching
stitch in the ditch. We're not stitching, we're clipping.
I mean, I don't do anything in the ditch, so I don't know what you're talking about.
So I have already cut some to go all the way around, like my easy bake oven. So here I've got these trimmed off. Excuse me. I've also indicated the center with a pin. I have, on mine, I have 20 to the left and 20 to the right. You, of course, will have as many as your particular charted design requires. But I want you, and I've got my center marked. I want you to bear in mind that you have to have your right sides showing, because we do not turn this inside out like you would think you would with a pillow. So I put down my magnifier lenses here.
Okay, so now I'm going to apologize for wiggling because I want to make sure that you guys can
Well,
see
and not
it.
only that, but she's holding the camera so steady, but she does have to breathe.
I tried not to breathe and I got really dizzy.
Okay, so I need to put this down so you stay where you're at, Catherine. You know, we're not videographers. So.
Where am I going to go?
I mean, with
For
the
like
camera.
a walk? Go cuddle with my tiny dog?
It's a long day. The tiny dog is sitting in the chair right here off camera. Okay. So we're just going to do a whip stitch, which I don't know if it's because, oh, see, that's Julie doesn't like phrase. You're just going to anchor your waist knot in the selvage.
Is the selvage similar to a ditch?
No, in the ditch's edge.
Oh.
So this, what you're going to do is a whip stitch. And I don't know if it's because of my particular thumb issue that I have a bending issue, but I found it easiest to go from stitching towards me with the needle. I'll snag the 2 stitches and I'll hold it up for Catherine so she can get a good zoom. You are only catching the thread stitches, not the fabric.
Don't move.
Okay, are we good?
Yeah, I got it.
So my needle is pointing towards me, and then you pull the thread and you have secured that first stitch. Then I just overcast, that's in fishing or knitting, and I go to the next set and I take that one and this one. You're kind of pick and lifting for the next 2. Now, on that 28 count that I was working on last night, I had such a hard time, and I found if I slid the needle, you know, you've got 2 threads, so see, if you slid the needle like up in that spacing, it was easier to snag the stitches. Of course, we're stitching at arm length, which no one does that.
I would have that so close to my face right now.
Well, I would too if you weren't sitting there with a camera.
Well, it's for the people.
So it's for the people.
The people want
Yeah,
to see.
you have to go, and you're just going to snag the 2 and snag them right across from each other. And on one of them, I had to pull out 6 stitches because when I looked at it, I had accidentally caught a fabric thread, and boy, did that show.
Really?
Yes, it really did. So it really kind of just looks like a jumbled mess when you're looking at it, but it's not jumbled when you see it overall
I
done.
mean, I kind of think it looks neat from right here.
So you will go all the way around, which could be a painstakingly video to watch me shake. So I will work on this, and Catherine will bring you back when I'm at the corner.
All right, so long for now. Fade to black.
I feel like SpongeBob. 5 hours later, I'm approaching the first corner, and this is my stitch. Excuse my tremble.
Be kind. She's an old woman.
So there's my corner. Now I'm like, oh cool, now what do I do? Some videos have shown how you actually miter cut the corner. Well, you can see with the way this fabric frays, that's too scary for me. And so what I found when I did last night is I just folded that under. And this is where you feel like you're all thumbs.
Just wait for it, folks.
Yeah. This will be your struggle point. And you're like, how can I do that? And then you're like, this just isn't going my way. See, look at Julie struggling. How could I do this?
Well,
Okay, you get it like this. Now watch what you do. You're going to do this like, you're going to go to that stitch. Bear with me.
see, we just kind of shove that corner in.
You're going to take this stitch and you're going to go to the appropriate stitch. Oh, please. And you're going to make a big mess. And don't pull it tight. You're going to advance to the second stitch. And go to the stitch over here.
So we're just loosely joining them at
It's
this
like a
point.
weave or a webbing. Go to the third one. And
Is it
go
gonna be
to
like
here.
magic?
If the gods are with me. And go to the fourth one.
Oh my goodness.
Like that. And then when you pull them,
Stop it
it
right
makes
now.
your corner just like that. Now let's go a little further. Now you can at least fold it. So you're like, oh my gosh, this is so jumbled. Yes, it is. But I'm not taking the risk of clipping that corner. And I really wouldn't go any closer than a 1/2 inch, as usually is indicated on the pattern. And you really, it helps actually form and fill that when it comes to stuffing. You have the bulk of the corners to kind of sustain your shape, if that makes sense. But now as we come around the corner and you actually pull that tight, you'll see it really makes that perfect BISCORNU corner, because that's exactly what it looks like. This is a crisper corner because it's a finer fabric. This is quite a bulky corner, but I wanted the bulk. I wanted the larger count. So now you just go around all the corners till you get to the last one. So
Will we come back with more movie magic?
we will come back with more movie magic. Maybe might even have a snack during this process. So don't go away.
All right.
Now I have gone around all the corners but this last point, we have a solid edge and one point.
It's like a little envelope.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? I stopped at the corner. I didn't build this corner yet because now we're going to stuff this. Now, you can use fiber fill or walnut shells or wool roving if one was not allergic to wool. But you want to tuft it apart. Don't just stick this whole wad in there.
Why not?
Because you'll get a big clump. This is like this. You just pull it apart.
Do you remember the one time I tried to make a teddy bear and it was lumpy? Is it because I didn't pull it apart?
Because you're going to stick. Oh, you would not believe this. Prior to starting filming, she garments rollered.
I lint
rollered, and now look at what I've done. We got all of the poofies off.
I thought we needed a clean workspace. I didn't know you were going to make a big mess.
See, look at how cool that looks.
Ooh.
You get it? So you're just going to stuff with your fingers, tear it apart, and just stuff it. And to be honest, I've never felt anybody else's BISCORNU to know if mine should be firmer or softer or what. I just think you want to build a nice shape and a solid shape. But you have to remember, too, this is going to be pulled, tufted. So you want to have a nice shape, but you don't want to pack it or you won't have that pliability. So just work it in the corners. This, of course, is so much looser fabric than that strawberry one was.
And that's just because it's a higher count?
Because it's an 18 count and Davos is a really loose weave.
Oh.
That's why it frays so easy. So you'll just want to make, that kind of looks like a baseball lacing.
A little bit.
So you want to just work them in there. Now you may take your Asian cuisine sticks.
Is that why we had to go to the Asian cuisine store the other day?
Yeah, a restaurante.
You needed more sticks?
Yeah. Although a restaurante is Mexican.
It is. I was wondering why you were trying to speak Spanish.
Well, we've had some of that cuisine as well. If you kind of just jab like this, you can feel how that firmed that up.
Well, they can't feel.
No. Well, and you can't either because you're running the camera.
When you do your own, you could feel it.
And you're really stuffing. You'll be surprised on how much you actually use to fill one of these things. So just keep stuffing them in.
Just keep stuffing.
And if you, of course, have a stitch design, you'll kind of know, you'll have some lines to follow for crispness. But this is kind of a generic lump that we're working with. But you still want to...
looks a little bit like a potato.
It kind of does. But I wanted to try to make it visual because... You know, some people have to see it done. Some people can read it and know. And
I'm a visual learner.
Yeah.
Which is why I encourage the tutorials that drive my mother insane.
See, now this looks lumpy to me or like... So that's where you would take... Being careful not to punch through your fabric. But you can actually pull the fiber fill down from the sides to push in and make that smooth. Run your Asian cuisine stick. We're trying to be politically correct.
I mean, they're chopsticks, aren't they? Like by definition?
Yeah.
I don't really know.
I don't know. What are they? I use them. They are a chopstick. I used them when we ate at that restaurant.
I know.
It was
funny because she could never use them before, but then after she had her thumbs fixed, she decided, I'm going to use a chopstick.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
You'd never in your life, and then magically now you feel the need
Oh,
to
I
use
know. I do. I don't know why.
them. Well, you're successful, so I mean,
Yeah.
you got that going for you.
Okay, so I'm kind of thinking, if I'm going to push in the center, I kind of like the way my sides look. So I'll go back now and form this corner, which will really be kind of a struggle now to get everything.
You just got to get it lined up
Everything's
again.
situated and all lined up.
Including the camera.
Sorry.
No, that was me. I wasn't really paying attention. I was looking at my dog.
Oh, she's not quite sure what's going on because it's after work and Mom should be home on the sofa.
That's okay. She's just a little dog.
And she didn't want to be upstairs with Grandpa. So what you need to do is continue stitching. It's actually 2 lengths are left. This one will bring us up to the corner. And then that last corner will have a technique to show as well. So see, there's your lacing. Oops.
Hold on, guys.
There's your lacing. We didn't put a Dramamine warning on here, did we?
You got a little excited there.
And then pull it to form that last corner. So I am going to finish this and bring us back right up to the final stuff. So hold please. I've rounded the final corner and I'm going to pull this. See how the weaving is? And then you pull it out. Gosh, that's just like magic. Then I've got this teeny tiny opening here. And I feel I need to fix this corner here. So I'm going to punch a little bit more down there. Once you get that big gap closed, you can kind of see where you might have some issues. And then you kind of almost have to stuff, because once you've stitched it up, you can't fix it or put any more in. So
what? No way. Once you close the hole, you can't put more stuff in it?
No, it's all done.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, so you want to make sure you just it's a lot of playing around to see how you're going to want it to be. And then just kind of this is where my heart is like in a panic mode, like, oh, like it's the last final whatever.
Last chance.
But see, you see how it's going to close.
It's going to be great. I can feel it.
But you want to make sure you got enough to stuff in the corner to build that up and smooth it out.
I think I decided that I'm not going to make a tiny chair cushion.
Yeah, you can make it. You'll just give it to me to finish.
Well, not everybody has a U, so I'll just have to watch the video and do it.
But, it's time consuming, but it does.
It's turning out so nicely.
I think I'm happy with that. Even though there's a gap, I know it'll be pulled closed. And I think, just one more little thing. See, this is what I do. I'm one more little tuft. See, because when that closes, it's
just a potato.
Okay, so you want to try to get your stitches to stand up. Luckily, I've had a thread long enough to work all the way around. If you were not, if you did not have enough thread to work all the way around, you would just bind off in the selvage and then re-anchor and pick it back up. It wasn't anything that needed to be demonstrated. Do I have my had to make sure I had my magnifying lenses down.
If only the people could see you. You look so silly with those glasses on.
Yeah.
Someday I'm going to need those little glasses.
Well, I've got the big Dazar lamp upstairs is where I sit with everything. And this is hard for me because I have to pick it up, Catherine, because I
That's
can't
okay.
see. I can't see from arm's length. Okay, we got 2 stitches left. 1. And the final stitch.
It's the final countdown. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do.
Okay, here we go.
Actually.
Well, no, I missed it. Last stitch. Give it a tug. And you're like, oh my gosh, look at.
Look at my potato.
Now, I'm just going to take a little back stitch here. And I'm going to go through it once.
She moved it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Perfect. See? Look
And
at that.
just make the little knot. And then actually punch down and slide your needle underneath.
Where? Oh, way over there.
Yeah. Let me get it slid.
Holy cow.
I'm going to bring it up.
Okay.
And I'm going to pull this. And that makes your corner. Then what I like to do is just take a little tiny back stitch over 2.
So it just blends right in.
And I stab, like, watch where my needle comes up, like
Don't stab yourself.
way over here.
Oh my goodness, what are you doing over there?
Well, because if you go like this and pull it, now if you push this down and pull and snip, it goes away.
What?
And you don't have that little tail there.
So cool.
So now you just kind of squish it all around and pinch your corners and smooth them out. And now you got to do the buttons. So on this, I have a long thread, probably longer than need be, but when you see how you kind of manipulate with your hands, you don't want to pull that thread out more than you need to. I had trouble threading things. These are soft sculpture doll needles. They're 3 inches and they have a point and a moderate eye, but I really like to use these for this portion of the finishing. On the back side where you have your little pencil mark or your thread tail, I just like to stab down and go take 2 or 3 stitches. You can pull that out if you can. If not, oh, that's in there good. 2 or 3 threads, and I go through the loop and I give that a tug. Then I go through the other side, kind of like to go 2 different ways.
To make like a little plus or
Yeah,
a
little
cross.
plus or X, and go through it again. Because you don't want to pull, 2 threads isn't much to anchor on. Now you're going to, take your button. I just picked some brown ones. You're going to go through the one button, and then you're going to go down. You can go a crisscross, or you can go like an equal sign. I did the equal sign on the little other one, on the little pincushion chair. So you're just going to stab down. Now, of course, if I would have found the center, I didn't mark the center of this sample.
Oh no.
I know. So much for instructions. You're going to pull that and take your other button. This button happened to just have 2 holes.
They don't even match?
No.
Ugh,
I'm going
who are you?
I'm going eclectic for my sample.
I'm going to have a wonky potato.
Now, this is a very sharp needle, so be cautious when you go through your next set of holes and really give that a pull. See how you want a longer thread? Otherwise you're going to be rethreading. Now make sure you don't
move your thumb, you're going to stab yourself.
No, I'm okay.
Oh my goodness, I'm a nervous wreck.
Oh yeah, because I'm on blood thinners. That'll make a mess. Sometimes if you can't see where you're at, you can lift your button to find the hole. And it's late, so it's going to be a struggle. Where am I?
Okay. Oh, no.
And then you pull that again.
Look at that.
And then go down. And I just really only do it twice, because as long as you've got how you like it on the front and how you like it on the back. Okay, now I've drawn it down as tight as I want it. And now what do you do?
Yeah, what do you do?
Well,
I genuinely want to know.
You really pull it off to the side and you just go through the button. And you hold it off as much as you can to get beyond. And don't stab your finger here, because you will. I did that the other day. You're going to pull this with your new thumbs. Now you're on the back side of the button. And you can still pull it if you need to. Wrap around this button once and twice. I don't know. 3 times, and then you're going to come up twice through the loop,
that was only once.
I know, my loop spin.
Oh no.
And then you're going to draw it down, and the knot's going to be behind. Now, you would be really risky trying to clip that with a scissor when it's so tight. So I just push it down. Make sure you're behind the button. And again, come out somewhere in Never Never Land here. Pull and squish.
I'm so scared.
And clip that. And then when you release it, it's gone.
Stop. That is so cool.
So, there is your BISCORNU baked potato version.
Tiny chair cushion. Ta-da!
So, yeah, you put pins in there, or
the potato's coming home with me.
Look at the little Geico guy could sit on. Oh, we're too silly, aren't we? We don't do the very professional tutorials, do we?
Yeah.
No, but we have fun.
It's for the birds.
So, I hope you picked up a couple of tips if you've done BISCORNUs before. I hope you learned how they're assembled and that you can stack them.
Oh my goodness.
So, thank you for joining us late night.
They're not going to know it's late night.
Well, they are. I just told them it's late night learning.
Late night learning with Catherine and Julie.
So, thank you. And
good night.
Good night.